This is Vincent van Gogh, post-impressionist artist. He was very famous for his thick brushstrokes in his paintings. Here is his almond tree painting. You notice that he used lots of lines, curved lines, especially in the branches, and texture and shapes in his tree. If you look closely, the tree branches are thicker where they meet the trunk, and then they end up getting thinner towards the edges. Today we are going to create our own almond branch tree. All right, we're going to start off by painting our sky for our almond tree branches. I'm going to pick up some white paint, and I'm holding my paper at the corner, brushing out. You don't have to get everything. Oops. Now I can pick up just a wee bit of blue and start mixing that in for my sky. Still holding that side of that paper. If I want it a little bit more, it will be darker. I'm going to pick up some more white. It's a little dry over here. Think about your sky. Is the wind blowing? Are you having wavy brush strokes? As I pick up white, I'm definitely leaving a pile of plain white so I can get my clouds in. Now I'm thinking I've got it kind of dark down there. Maybe I want a little bit darker up here, so I'm adding some more blue. Make it as dark as you like, or as light as you like, or have a nice variety. Just make sure you get all the way to the edges. All right, I like the looks of that. Looks like the sky is showing movement with my brush strokes. Now we're going to print some clouds. So I have a little circle sponge. I'm going to pick up some white paint. Now if you look at it, that's way too much paint. So I've got to dab some off on a clear spot on my plate. And I'm going to start and kind of overlap and make some clouds. That's a pretty light one, so it tells me I need to get a little bit more white paint. This one has a little bit more. Do you see how that's darker? Now you know how I love stuff going off the page, so maybe I have a little cloud right there at the bottom. I'm going to go over this one a little bit more. Some clouds go up have a little puffiness at the top and they go out a little bit more. You decide how you want your clouds. I think this looks great. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put it on the drying rack and let it dry. Now let's get ready to print our tree onto our sky. This cardboard has a flat edge and one with waves. You decide which way you want to go. But you're going to want to hold the cardboard like this, thumb on this side, and we're going to be stamping and lifting. So I'm going to come over to my paper plate, pick up my paint, tap it off a bit. I'm coming to do my tree trunk first. I'm going to stamp lift, stamp lift, stamp lift. Do you see that great texture we're getting? I think my tree is going to be about that thick. Now I'm going to start working on the branches. Stamp. I can go off. Try to get them to line up so they're touching. It's a pretty good looking branch. Maybe I'll go back in, going up towards the top of our paper, making our side branches. Maybe I'll get another branch here. Kind of angling it out. Some branches can have a couple branches coming off. I think that's quite enough branches, so I'm going to stop right there. You will have some choices for your flowers that we're going to put on our trees. And I think I'm going to use the red one. So what I'm going to do is dip one finger into the red, one into the white, one into the red. I'm going to come over to my tree branches and I'm going to stamp lift, like 3 together. If I need to refill, just a little bit. Find another tree branch, keeping my hand off my paper so I don't get my branches messed up. If I have more red paint, it's going to be more red. More white paint will be more white. All these flowers are touching the branches. Oops, that's okay. There we go. Give me one more. When you're all done, go ahead and wipe your finger off on your messy mat. We'll add just a few leaves in there. Right next to our flower blossoms. And wipe it off. And then if we can just get our little pinky, we can have a little yellow on the center of our flowers. And wipe it off. And there we have our printed tree using cardboard and fingers, and we used our foam stamper.